Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'll be starting my series on how to mix a song with Ableton. I'll be mixing a hip hop beat. Normally I just walk through and mix a whole song, but I'm going to try to break it down into different portions, and today I'll be focusing on levels. Let's get started. Levels are also known as adjusting the volume. I don't know what else you can really call it, but it's one of the most important things when you mix a song. If your levels aren't correct, kind of all the other portions kind of fall out of place. So EQing won't matter as much, obviously, and panning and whatnot, because you won't be able to hear something, or if you are able to hear something, it could be too loud. So we're going to make sure we get those levels all straightened out before we do anything else. I have a hip hop beat I created here. Make sure to use some good mixing headphones or a monitoring setup. Obviously you should have nothing on your master channel that could interfere with your mixing. Okay, so this is the beat unmixed. This is what we're starting with here. First things first, I'm gonna either turn up everything a little bit, that way it peaks around 6 decibels, which is going to be our target volume when we're mixing a song for the master channel. Doesn't need to be exact, just anywhere between -3 to -6. And this can be known as gain staging. Next I'm going to start playing with the volumes. Maybe start with one instrument at a time or one sound at a time and slowly bring them in. I kind of want to mix the drums first, so I'm going to do that. A good way to mix your song easily is to turn it up loud. It's easier to hear the details. So I have a trick in order to do this. I'm going to put a compressor, I call it a hollowed out compressor, on the master channel. Then I'm going to turn it up about 6 decibels. And if you guys are wondering why I'm doing this, I'm just making it so we can listen to it louder, but we can still turn it down later on, just with a click of a button. I think the volume's pretty good there. And next I'm going to adjust the volume of the bass. So I don't want the bass to be overpowering the kick, for instance, but I still want to make sure it's bumping a bit, so I've got to find a nice little medium there. Now I'm going to bring in the sample. Obviously I gotta turn this up quite a bit. Now it's sitting pretty nice in the mix. A good trick that I learned from one of my teachers in the past is you can try muting some of the instruments in order to see how the levels sound in comparison without it. Like for instance, I'm gonna mute the bass here and then listen to how the levels sound with each other. Just a note in my head for later on, I'm going to want to cut more lows from the sample because you can hear the bass there. So make mental notes of panning tricks and EQ tricks you may want to do, reverb and whatnot, any other effect you could think of, but obviously I'll handle it after I do the levels. I would say the levels are pretty good there. I'm going to check some combinations of instruments a few times just to see how it sounds. Gonna bring the bass down a little bit. There's a little horn sample in there that I'm debating whether or not to keep. And just remember to turn off that hollowed out compressor afterwards. Next thing we'll be doing is equalization, so stay tuned for the next course. I'll link the next video down in the description, so make sure to check that out. It should be on EQs and compression. Make sure to check me out on my social medias at weaverbeats. If you guys have an idea for a video, or if you have a question, you can ask me there, or you can also join my Discord. You can just message me on there or type in the general chat. Tune in next time when I make a hair cake.